Hey guys, it's Vanessa from Games and Me. I am here to give you this week's Community Question of the Week. First of all, I wanted to let you know that we have a brand new website out. It is totally different from our old website, way more streamlined, way more pretty, and it's just an all-around better experience than before, so check it out. Alex worked really hard on it, and I helped a little. Also, we have light episodes of our podcasts on the site, so if you don't have as much time to sit through the whole podcast, or if you just want a sample of what it's about, you can look up those. And also, we have an Unboxed coming out tomorrow, a very special Unboxed, so check that out as well. So last week's question was, do you do annual playthroughs of games? And we got a lot of responses, and I picked out a few to read that I especially liked. First of all, I wanted to talk about Kaori Tetsei's video response. I really like video responses, so thanks for that. He said that he never thought about doing an annual playthrough of a game before until the question was posed, and when he thought about it, he realized that he wanted to play the Metal Gear Solid series 1 through 4 annually, which I was very shocked at first. I was like, yeah, Metal Gear Solid, that's good. And then he said series, and I was like, what? How can you play 1, 2, 3, and 4 every single year? Like, oh my gosh, it might take me half the year just to finish them if I did it. But then he said later, well, maybe every 2 years. And I totally agree with his reasons as to why he picked it. It's a good story, it's just a good game, and he mentioned in particular a pretty interesting reason, which is the story is so complicated and convoluted in Metal Gear that you have to play them all in order within a decent span of time, or else you'll start forgetting what happened, and then you'll be all confused about the story, which I totally agree with. I saw those games out of order, had no freaking idea what was going on until I saw them in order. So yeah, if you're gonna play these annually, let's say maybe it'll take you like 10 years to finally understand the story. So yeah, that was a joke, sorry. But anyway, we've got Sigma Hunter 06 who says, for annual playthroughs, there are 2, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, and Mega Man X. These 2 sacred games I hold dear to my gaming heart. Aww. I really couldn't give you a specific reason, it's just that it latched onto me and I'm never bored playing either one of them. That's really great. I noticed that a couple of people, at least 2 people said Mega Man X, and a lot of people are saying various Marios, but this time it is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Diglio says, as everyone from the Games and Me forums knows, I am a huge Zelda fan. I play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time every single year, trying to beat my overall completion time. I started off beating the game in about 12 hours, and in the past year I was able to beat it in a little over 4 hours. My goal is to try and beat the record of completion, which is 2 hours and 32 minutes. I have been mapping out my routes and studying the best paths. Hopefully I have done enough work to finally beat the record. Wow, that takes dedication. Okay, Trap Factory says, it's kind of more of a tradition, but every holiday my brother and I play through a different Mega Man game. We each choose 4 bosses and take turns on the Wily Sigma stages. That's a really nice tradition, I think. My brother and I used to do that with the various Sonic games, so I really like that tradition. Hiei408 says, Super Mario World on the SNES has to be one of the games that I play through many times throughout the years. It's something about having Mario being able to pick things up and fly with a cape. There's plenty to do, as well as many different worlds and bosses with castles. The other game is Zelda: A Link to the Past. There's something about collecting items and fighting bosses in dungeons that just makes me want to play this over and over. Those are pretty good choices. Magus X1 says, I play through Final Fantasy VI every year. I love that game. and maybe he even plays it twice a year. We got a response to that from Splatter Trigger saying, now that was the Final Fantasy game. The younger generation likes Final Fantasy VII, but 6 is my favorite of the series. I remember trying to save up to get 1,000,000 gold pieces for that doll/robot in the auction house. I was crushed when I found out you could never actually buy it. Wow. Wow. That's a lot of time and effort into finding out you can't buy it. And Console Reviews 100 says, I always play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Again, it is the best. Even better than Ocarina of Time. Zelda... It's the best Zelda game ever in the world. It is required in life to play this game. If you do not have an SNES, buy one just for this game. Alright, so that was last week's question, and thanks a lot for those responses. This week's question is kind of a video response. You kind of have to have a video response for this, which is, we want to see a prized possession of yours that is video game related. Something, it could be something valuable in terms of money, but it could also be something valuable for nostalgic reasons, or just something that's, you would be very sad if you lost, or you really want to brag about this thing. So let me know, videotape it. You can respond by text if you want, but it'd be cooler to see it. So mine is right over there, so let's go find it. Alright, here is my prized possession. It's a collection of Sonic the Hedgehog related items, and I've been collecting this stuff since I was a kid. Haven't collected anything as of late, but this is probably about half of my collection. The other half is with my brother, and it's like the more rare items. He's holding them for me right now. But I wanted to show you these because they are pretty important to me. I have a Tails doll and a Sonic doll plushies that I got when I was really little. I got them at Toys R Us, and I think I got them for like being a good kid at the dentist or something. But anyway, I've seen a lot of toys of Sonic and Tails, but I've never seen anything that looks as good as these, in my opinion. They always look goofier in the new ones, I think. These are not in the best condition, but I try to keep them kind of safe in an airtight area so that they don't like fall apart. I want to keep them as long as I can. I also have a Tiger Electronics handheld toy. It's you know, the one that has the LCD display and just can only show a few animation parts. But I used to play it a lot. It's not working at the moment, but I'm hoping to get it working pretty soon. Okay, here's my other part of the collection. Seemingly just red notebook. And then you open it up and you get this. All the Sonic comics from Archie. Animad Magazine from 1986. So I have like a ton of Sonic comics because I used to get them as a subscription when I was really little, and never stopped the subscription, I guess. These are from the Archie series, and I have like, I think I have every single one that was made up until whatever my last one is, in the early 100s, I think. But these are just the ones that are in really good condition. The others are falling apart. I also have there was a 4-part mini-series before the Archie series came out. I think it's really rare, and my brother's holding on to that for me right now. I've only read them like once, and then they've gone like in the vault so that they can be preserved. You'll see I have a whole lot of these, especially newer ones. I have a few older ones, but there's one that's missing. Right here. Issue number 1 is missing because I gave it to my boyfriend at the time, and if he ever watches this video, I'd really like to know if he ever kept it, because not that I want it back or anything, but it'd be really cool to see that he kept it. So make a video response if you're watching this. So anyway, that is my prized possession. I wish I could have shown you the other things, but this is all I have right now. Maybe I'll show you more at some other point. So show me yours, and thanks for watching.